Retired Colonel David B. Desroches is a professor at the Near East South Asia Center for Strategic Studies at the National Defense University. He is now joining us live from Washington, D.C. Welcome to the program, and it's good to see you, Colonel David. Now, we've seen, or we've heard from the U.S. The U.S. says, do not. That's according to the United States President. And Iran says, do not meddle or do not intervene in what we are supposed to do. What do you read from this?
I think there's an element of posturing here. I mean, really what Iran's issue is pride. Their pride's damaged because, three of their most senior Revolutionary Guard officers were apparently located with pinpoint accuracy within a city that no Israeli has legally been in since the days of the Raj. Obviously the Revolutionary Guard is infiltrated by Israeli intelligence. At the same time, you have a lot of internal tensions within Iran. I mean, over 20 Iranian security forces from the Navy, the police, the Revolutionary Guard have been killed fighting in eastern Iran, in the Baluch region of Iran. You have a few months ago, the ISIS explosion at the memorial for Qasem Soleimani in Kerman, which the United States warned the Iranians about. The leadership didn't go, but they let the ceremony go on. So about 100 died there. And, you had 2 months ago an Iranian missile strike on Pakistan. So there's a lot of internal tension there. In the midst of that, to lose so many senior officers in such a precise, targeted manner is a real insult. So I think Iran is trying to find a way to sort of assuage its pride and really restore its reputation as a competent security state.
Colonel David, was this attack imminent? Because some analysts say and some critics say that it was expected after what Israel did in Damascus. In your own view, do you think this attack is imminent?
I think an attack is imminent. I think that the Iranian leadership will have to do something. But there have been attacks. For example, the head of Iran's nuclear program was killed, presumably by Israel, within Iran. And there really wasn't anything there. I think that what we'll see is an attack against against an Israeli facility or against a Jewish group. The Iranian state doesn't differentiate between the two, probably far away from the region. So the most successful attack that the Iranians have had so far was against the Jewish Community Center in Buenos Aires some years ago and the Israeli consulate in Buenos Aires. I think that it's more likely we'll see something like that because they don't want to, for example, have an all-out engagement from Lebanese Hezbollah and invite, the complete Israeli destruction of that. That would really deprive them of one of their key things. The second thing I think we'll see is stepped-up activity by the Arab proxies. The Iranian regime has never been hesitant to sacrifice Arab lives in this service of the Persian desire to subdue Israel. But again, I think they will try to husband Lebanese Hezbollah as their sort of insurance against an all-out Israeli attack against the Iranian state.
Colonel David, so now we are looking at an imminent attack by Iran. If that happens, what will be the impact? That's the question that is on everyone's mind right now. What will be the impact in West Asia region, briefly?
Yeah, well, it depends on what it is, but let's assume the worst case scenario that there's a missile drone attack against Israeli population centers. I think that if that happens, Israel will respond with attacks against the Iranian cities, Iranian facilities located in cities, Iranian command and control centers. And that has the potential for setting off all of the Iranian proxy groups against perceived Western interests. So there is the potential there. There's also the potential for the disruption of shipping, which we've seen in the Red Sea. We'd see it also in the Strait of Hormuz, probably in the Arabian Sea adjacent to Iran and into the Mediterranean, the Eastern Mediterranean. So there's the potential for serious disruption.
All right, I've been talking to retired Colonel David B. Desroches from Washington, D.C. Colonel David, thank you very much for talking to us today.
Thank you.
For all the latest news, download the WION app and subscribe to our YouTube channel.